Hi, this is Ashley from Teens Company One. Back with another reading on Nicki Minaj, Charlemagne the God, DJ Envy, Wendy Williams, academics, all the personalities in hip hop that's on radio or TV. We're going to see how they feel about Nicki Minaj. Before we get into anything, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on post notification. Um, Follow Teens Company _1, which will be in the description box. And this reading is strictly for entertainment purposes only, okay? So we're about to get into it. So it's how all these people feel about Nicki Minaj, okay? Okay, so we got the Nine of Pentacles upright. Just pick these cards. There's a lot of them. And what I'm getting from this card is that weirdly, they really do think that Nicki is extremely talented, despite what they say on radio and despite the jabs that they throw. They really do think like Nicki is really talented. Okay, so even if you hear Charlemagne or DJ Envy say, I don't like this song, or you hear DJ Academics critique Nicki, but she doesn't really do anymore, he's wishy-washy with her. They actually think she's very talented, which is actually kind of funny because you would think like, oh, they must really hate her. No, they actually, talent-wise, they're actually very all fond of her. DJ Envy, Academics, Charlemagne, and Wendy Williams. They really do think she's like one of the best female rappers. Okay. The Judgment card. So what I'm getting from this card, and it is in reverse, that Nicki is hoping that they all get their karma. I don't see her ever really going on their platforms, probably years later down the line, or if it was something to her advantage, but I don't really see her going up to their platforms. The only one she may go to is the Breakfast Club. I mean, I could see her doing that because she went to the Joe Budden podcast, okay? Not Joe Biden, Joe Budden podcast. I got the election on my mind. Okay, so I do see that she would possibly go there or do a one-on-one with Charlemagne, but I really don't see her going to like the Wendy Williams show or Everyday Struggle. She's not gonna go to those platforms, but the Breakfast Club she would, if it was beneficial for her. Like if she had like an album coming out and if she was on tour or something like that, I could see her doing that. Four of Cups. So actually her and Charlemagne and DJ Envy squared away their differences behind the scenes, but part of Nicki still doesn't really mess with them. She feels like they can never really be trusted. So even though they squared away their problems behind the scenes, and I'm talking about DJ Envy and Charlemagne, she really still doesn't really mess with them like that. She feels like they can't be trusted. She actually knows a lot of dirt about Charlemagne, okay? And she's hoping that it just magically get exposed, but she knows a lot of dirt about Charlemagne. I mean, DJ's Envy's dirt is kind of already out there, and so is Charlemagne's to an extent, but there's a lot of stuff that people don't know about Charlemagne, and she's kind of like, I hope, they get their karma, basically. So that's what I'm seeing right here. Like, she's like, I want you to get the karma, all the stuff that you guys did to me. I hope it comes back to you. Five of Swords in reverse. Okay, so she feels like Charlemagne stabbed her in her back. Okay, that's how she feels. She feels like Charlemagne and DJ Envy stabbed her in her back. I'm seeing that she actually had some sort of relationship with Charlemagne and DJ Envy, not sexual, not romantic, but some sort of friendship with them. Like they could text her or call her, like they had her phone number. You know what I'm saying? So she feels like, they owed her some sort of loyalty, versus is like she don't really communicate with Wendy or DJ Academics Like, they're not, like, they didn't have her phone number or anything like that. But Charlemagne and DJ Envy, they could contact her at that time when they were cool, maybe 2015, 2014 era. But Charlemagne has always been overly criticizing of Nicki. And so she feels like, he's just not loyal, and he switches up a lot, okay? So that's just how she feels. She feels like, if you have an issue or you don't like this or that, you can text me, like, you have my number. Like DJ Academics and Wendy, they don't. She don't really be giving out her number like that. She's not that, she's not like super bubbly and open to everybody. She only messes with certain people. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so then we got the Lovers card. Okay, upright. So what I'm getting is that Kenneth probably stepped to Academics. Now I don't know if this is true, but I'm seeing Kenneth might have had words to Academics or spoke to somebody in Academics team or somebody like that. Like, I'm seeing that Kenneth has came to the forefront for Nicki when it came to DJ Academics. I mean, like, he couldn't get in contact with Charlemagne. Charlemagne got like a whole team. Academics probably got like 2 people on his team. Charlemagne's a millionaire now. Academics is a millionaire probably too, but I think Charlemagne got a lot of millions, okay? So I'm seeing that, Kenneth be doing his protective thing. That's why Nicki likes him and probably says something to Academics, probably over the phone, or through his team, the 2 people on his team, and was like, you better watch your mouth when it comes to my wife, or his girlfriend technically, because I don't believe that they're married, but you better not be talking about his wife, okay? So I'm seeing that Academics got pressed, okay, by Kenneth Petty, okay? And he do not want the smoke. He does not want that, okay? Wheel of Fortune, okay? So this is directed at Wendy Williams, okay? I'm getting Wendy Williams vibes. So Wendy Williams actually feels like her and Nicki have a lot in common. But Wendy, when it comes to Wendy, she just likes to get stuff like clickbait. She really don't have an issue with Nicki. She likes to do stuff that is gonna garnish clicks. I'm seeing that Wendy is worried about the status of her show. Like, in the future, she feels like she only got a few more years left. So she's worried about the status of her show, so she has to do things for clicks. Because if, she's not shading Nicki or Rihanna or 50 Cent, nobody really talking about Wendy. The only time she really in the news is if she's shading somebody or if her husband is cheating. And they're divorced now, so nobody cares. So, Wendy Williams actually does not have an issue with Nicki. She's just doing stuff for clicks. It's all about, getting the most views nowadays. I'm also seeing that Wendy, she's not really happy with herself on the inside. Unfortunately, she's probably going through a lot. And when you hurt people. That's the known saying. So I'm seeing that she's not really too happy with herself. And she has to do things to, hurt people, basically. The High Priestess. So when it comes to the media, Nicki is definitely going to take the high road, but it's in reverse. So if they come for her again, I'm seeing that she might try to revamp Queen Radio. Like, the reason why Queen Radio hasn't really came back on is because she don't really got nothing to promote, and 2, she wants to come back and revamp it. She doesn't want it to always be about drama. So she's trying to find ways where it would be entertaining, but her not putting people on blast all the time or dissing someone. But she's like, I'm going to take the high road. If they say anything else, I'm not always going to retaliate. But if they start talking really, really reckless, I'm going to address it, okay? So it depends on what they say. Like, if they had said, like, oh, she's a terrible mother or something like that, which I don't think that they would ever do, then that's probably when she would go back on Queen Radio and be like, you know what, let me air this, MF's up. You know what I'm saying? Because she knows a lot, especially about Charlemagne. She knows a lot of secrets, okay? That's what I'm getting from the card. She knows a lot about Charlemagne, okay? And Charlemagne, I'm seeing that he does have a lot of skeletons in his closet, okay? Page of Pentacles in reverse. So what I'm seeing here is that she kind of I think making her a mother, she's kind of like softened up. So she's starting to see that if she stays out of the light majority of the time, nobody can really say anything. That's part of the reason why she's not on social media. But she's also starting to see that like people are not really happy with themselves. And that's why they always come for her, because she always looks happy. Even if when she's not feeling happy, she looks happy. So people think that they can judge her and say whatever they want about her. Ace of Pentacles. So what I'm seeing here is I do see that when her music starts to really come into, I guess, what I'm trying to say is when, the 5th album starts rolling out, she will be contacting Charlemagne, DJ Academics, Joe Budden, DJ Envy, to let them listen to the music, okay, before it gets released. I see that she probably did that for Queen, where she let them listen to some of the songs and to give their opinion. So that way, she knows what to do with the next steps. So I do see her doing that with the next album, the 5th thing. She probably won't really talk to Wendy though. Like Wendy, when it comes to music, she's not a factor, okay? She needs to worry about her surgery that needs to get redone. Anyway, let's go on to the next card. Okay, the King of Wands in reverse. So I'm getting that this is probably what's that guy that's on Everyday Struggle? Wayno, he popping up. Wayno is actually kind of jealous of the relationship Academics and Nicki have, which is really weird because they don't really have a close-knit relationship. But he's kind of like, damn, you've gotten in contact with Nicki, and I'm a manager. I've been working with artists all these years, and I don't have no kind of contact with Nicki like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting that even though her and Academics aren't cool like that, like they're kind of cordial, but they're not really that cool. Nicki doesn't really like Academics. I'm seeing that they probably have talked like over the phone through text messages and stuff. And Wayno, I believe he used to work at a record label. If I'm wrong, comment below, but I think he used to work at a record label, and he used to be some sort of manager or something like that. And so he feels like, damn, like how comes this guy who came from YouTube got more connects than me? He's low-key jealous of Academics, because Academics and YouTube and on Everyday Struggle, and he has that little blog, he's popping, and Wayno's kind of like the backseat. He's like the Kelly in the group. Like nobody really cares about him when it comes to Everyday Struggle. The 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, so this is definitely Wendy. Wendy's not happy with her life, okay? So she just finds anything to nitpick. She's not happy in her life. She feels very alone right now. And I think that reflects on how she treats people and other celebrities. Okay, 4 of Wands. So I do see that there will probably be a few people, if Nicki does do any press for the next album, there will be a few people in the media who are like bloggers, YouTubers, people that have like podcasts. They'll be apologizing to Nicki, trying to get her on the show. I'm seeing that Jason Lee is definitely going to try to contact Nicki to get her on the show. I don't feel like she would ever do it. I do see that academics will try to apologize to Nicki. And Charlemagne and Envy already talked to Nicki before. But I don't see her really coming in contact with Wendy. Wendy's kind of bitter. I don't see her coming in contact with Wendy. And I also don't really see her talking to Wayno. Okay, so I think this is more of like Jason Lee trying to get in contact with her. I don't think he'll be too successful because he's already done too much damage. I mean, he might apologize, but I don't think she will ever forget. And then academics, he's gonna try to come get Nicki on Everyday Struggle or to do like a one-on-one interview because he's thirsty. He'll have anybody on the show. I mean, come on. He still keeps in contact with Tory Lanez. He be bragging about that. Like, no one cares. The Two of Cups. Okay, so basically this is Nicki and Kenneth. And Kenneth is basically, if anybody wants to pop off and talk, me and my friends, or his goons, or whatever you want to call them, they will definitely do pop-ups. Like, Nicki doesn't want that, but if they start talking reckless, you never know. Like, that's just how Kenneth is. Like, I mean, if he can't pay any bills, he can't really do too much other than, have sex with Nicki and have his goons pop up. He can't really do anything else. I mean, so that's the least he could do. The Knight of Pentacles. So, I do see like Charlemagne, DJ Envy, Joe Budden, academics saying really positive things about the next album, as long as they remain in her good graces. And if she doesn't say anything to them, then that's when they'll do it. But if she starts getting too much, having too much communication with them, they'll start getting comfortable and thinking that they can say anything, because they'll be like, oh, well, if I say something, she'll contact me or she'll text me. But if she don't keep too much communication with them, they'll say nice things. It's like reverse psychology. They feel like if they say something negative, that it would be good for the clicks and views, but also she'll contact them behind the scenes like she did academics. Okay, so if she keeps her distance, that's when they will behave, because they feel like, it's not even worth it because she's minding her business. Okay, so then we have this card. So what I'm getting from this card is that people were definitely told to bash Nicki behind the scenes. Okay, behind the scenes they were told to bash Nicki. So that era, like 2017, 2018, where all they said was negative, like, that was all strategic. They're actually very fond of Nicki, but they were told to bash Nicki. I'll probably give more information on that, in the next exclusive, like I said I was. Okay. The Hermit card. Yeah, so Nicki tends to hide, which means going hiatus all the time, and that's to stay out the media. She doesn't want the media to have anything negative to say about her. Okay, that's why she does that. It's not, because she's sick of the barbs. It's to stay out the media, so that way they can't always say something negative about her. Okay, so the Moon card. Okay, so this is definitely Charlemagne and Nicki, and basically Charlemagne feels like Nicki does a lot of sneaky stuff behind the scenes. Now, I don't know what he feels that she did. I don't know what he feels like what she did was sneaky. I don't know what it was, but he feels like she does sneaky stuff behind the scenes. So I don't know what that could possibly be. Okay, and then the Page of Wands. Okay, yeah, so they're gonna all try to get back on Nicki's good graces when the album comes out. They can only hate for so much. I'm saying Wendy's the only person that's gonna still do everything for clicks and views. Like I said before, she's worried about the status of her shows. She feels like she only got a few more years left, okay? So that was a reading on Nicki Minaj and basically all the urban radio personalities, Joe Budden, Charlemagne, academics, Wendy, even Jason Lee's old big self popped up, and Wayno, irrelevant self. So if you like the reading. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on post notifications. I will see you in the next reading. And this was strictly for entertainment purposes only. Okay?